What is good, fam? Kendrick Lamar just dropped a $1 million reminder that he owns the culture on July 20th, 2026 by premiering a brand new track on Donald Glover's GILGA Radio. This record is called How to Pray, and it features soulful vocals from Amber Mark, while the master of sound DJ Dahi handles the production. This is the first massive power move we have seen from Kendrick since he absolutely cleaned up at the 2026 Grammy Awards back in February. We all remember him taking home Best Rap Album for GNX, which proved that the crown is not just back in Compton, but welded to his head. Choosing the GILGA platform for this premiere is a calculated flex that positions Kendrick as a high art leader while Drake is stuck doing damage control.
There is no diss track that can respond to a prayer. There is no beef move that can compete with a hymn. Kendrick Lamar has chosen the one arena where no rapper can meet him.
The discourse has devolved into numbers games and legal documentation drama and petty internet confrontations that have absolutely zero connection to the craft of making music that resonates in the human chest.
The song is officially tied to the highly anticipated Black Boy Alternative album from DJ Dahi, and it has already become the most discussed release of the summer. This move proves Kendrick does not need a traditional rollout or a massive marketing budget to stop the entire music industry in his tracks. He only needs a microphone and a moment to remind everyone that he is the one pulling the strings in this game. The energy around this release feels different because it is a statement of intent rather than just another guest verse for the charts. While other rappers are out here chasing viral TikTok dances, Kendrick is aligning himself with innovators like Donald Glover to keep his status as the most respected voice.
Every time Kendrick Lamar disappears from the spotlight for a stretch, he comes back with a record about faith. Every time. Look at his catalog. Kendrick vanishes.
The production from DJ Dahi provides a sound that is both experimental and grounded, which is a lane Kendrick has perfected over the last decade. It is clear that the PG Lane camp is moving with the level of purpose that the OVO squad simply cannot match right now. Every time Kendrick breathes on a track, the narrative shifts away from his rivals and back toward his artistic excellence. The premiere on GILGA Radio was not just a random drop, it was a message to the fans that the high concept era is far from over. He is operating at a level where he can dictate the terms of his engagement with the public, leaving everyone else to react to his schedule.
Here's the setup, and it is wild in the way only a Kendrick Lamar rollout can be wild.
August 28th, 2026 is the specific date that just made the situation for Drake weird because it lands right when the Iceman era was supposed to peak. I believe Kendrick is treating this DJ Dahi project like a psychological Trojan horse to disrupt the competition and keep his rivals off balance. He is using this collaboration to test the waters for his next solo era without the massive pressure that usually comes with a surprise solo drop. By aligning himself once again with Dahi, who is the genius behind many of his biggest hits, Kendrick is signaling a return to that sonic depth. Industry insiders over at the NFR podcast are already putting the pieces together and theorizing that this feature leads into a secret PG Lang project.
30 seconds of Kendrick Lamar contributing to a producer's debut album is producing more conversation, more analysis, more excitement, and more organic debate than entire projects backed by major label marketing apparatuses and coordinated social media offensives and podcast tour circuits.
If that secret project actually hits the streets, it would be a total blackout for any other artist trying to claim the summer or the fall. While Drake is busy in a courtroom fighting bot farm allegations and a nasty RICO lawsuit, Kendrick is operating with surgical precision in the studio. One man is fighting for his freedom and his reputation, while the other is just deciding how many more plaques he wants to hang up. The timing of the August 28th release is too perfect to be an accident, especially considering how Kendrick loves to play mind games with his opponents. He is essentially evicting Drake from the conversation by providing a higher quality alternative right when the sixth god needs the spotlight the most.
And if you think this is just another feature on just another producer debut, you are catastrophically misreading the chessboard, because what Kendrick Lamar just accomplished with this single snippet is expose every structural weakness in the modern rap ecosystem while simultaneously reminding every listener why he occupies a tier that no other living artist can even visually locate on a map.
There is no diss track that can respond to a prayer. There is no beef move that can compete with a hymn. Kendrick Lamar has chosen the one arena where no rapper can meet him.
Trojan horse strategy allows Kendrick to maintain a constant presence in the ears of the fans without looking desperate for hits. It is a masterclass in career management and psychological warfare that has the entire rap world leaning in to see what happens next. The contrast between these two career paths in 2026 is truly wild to witness. Kendrick is focused on building a legacy that transcends music, while his rivals are stuck dealing with the consequences of their past choices. This upcoming Dahi release is the ultimate test for where the culture stands, and most people are betting on the man from Compton to take it all home again.
This is Kendrick Lamar bending down inside a booth in Compton and calling God's name out loud on a Dahi beat.
The math behind these numbers is straight up embarrassing for the whole OVO team right now. That Grand National Tour didn't just do okay, it pulled in a huge $358.7 million over only 47 shows. Between April and December of 2025, Kendrick and SZA moved 1.7 million tickets, and Drake hasn't even sniffed that level since the Not Like Us fallout. This success shows Kendrick isn't just riding some temporary social media wave that's going to die out next month. We are watching a total financial takeover of the stadium circuit that has flipped the power balance in hip-hop completely. When the 2-year anniversary of Not Like Us hit in May of 2026, the song popped back up on YouTube and had everybody hunting for hidden diss tracks in the metadata.
The discourse has devolved into numbers games and legal documentation drama and petty internet confrontations that have absolutely zero connection to the craft of making music that resonates in the human chest.
Fans were playing detective while Drake was stuck in his feelings filing a desperate 117-page appeal against UMG and iHeartRadio. That huge legal filing looks like a participation trophy compared to the actual money and the giant cultural footprint Kendrick is building. You can try to win internet arguments all day, but it is a different beast when your rival is out earning you by hundreds of millions while you are stuck in court. Before we look at how Kendrick is officially leveling up into the Hollywood elite with the Southpaw crew, tell me what y'all think about this legal mess. Is Drake actually onto something with that 100-page filing, or is he just salty that Kendrick is making movie deals while he is stuck reading court papers? Let me know in the comments. No cap. And while you at it, hit that like and subscribe. Let's keep it moving. Watching where these two are headed right now is wild for anyone who actually pays attention to the business side of the rap game. Kendrick leveled up on March 20th, 2026, when he dropped that live action comedy film produced with the Southpaw creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. That move officially pushed him into the Hollywood elite, where the real long-term power and money are at.
Because what leaked through Childish Gambino's GILGA Radio last night was not a song, it was a confession. It was a prayer smuggled out of the studio in broad daylight, 90 seconds long.
Kendrick is reinventing himself as a filmmaker with the Southpaw team, while Drake is still drowning in boring legal paperwork. He is literally telling a judge that Not Like Us was some grand conspiracy designed to destroy his brand and kill his business deals. It is a pathetic look for a man who claimed to be the biggest artist in the world to be crying to a judge about a rap song hurting his wallet. The Iceman project was supposed to be his big redemption arc, but his social media activity is telling a whole different story. On July 15th, fans caught him liking theories about Kendrick using pawns, which shows he is still obsessed with a loss from 2 years ago. Most experts think that August 28th drop with DJ Dahi is going to smoke any of the snippets Drake has been teasing lately. When you look at cultural impact and the song of the summer status, Kendrick is just operating on a whole different level. He went from being a rapper in a beef to a mogul in his own lane, and that has left a sixth guy behind in the 2024 archives. Drake is still back there trying to figure out what went wrong, while Kendrick is moving with surgical precision that makes OVO look disorganized. The real takeaway here is that Kendrick has reached a point where he doesn't even need a full album to own the entire year. He just has to show up, and the whole music industry shifts their entire schedule to fit his vision.
Every time Kendrick Lamar disappears from the spotlight for a stretch, he comes back with a record about faith. Every time. Look at his catalog. Kendrick vanishes.
Other artists are out here begging for attention with thirsty posts and leaked snippets, but Kendrick moves like a phantom who only shows up to collect his check. If the hype for How to Pray keeps building like it has since the premiere, then August 28th will be the final nail for that Iceman rollout. Drake thought this summer would be his big comeback, but he didn't realize Kendrick was waiting in the shadows with a better plan and a tighter team. The situation for OVO isn't just weird anymore, it has become completely stagnant and repetitive. Drake is out here chasing ghosts and trying to sue his way back into the good graces of a culture that has already moved on. Kendrick is turning into a real multimedia monster that the rap game has never really seen before. He stopped being just a rapper a long time ago, and now he has a trophy case packed with Grammys and a history-making stadium tour that shattered every financial record. His Hollywood film credits are getting real respect from the industry elite, which shows he is operating on a completely different level. This massive growth makes all that petty bickering and those bot farm allegations look like absolute child's play compared to the mogul moves he makes every single day.
30 seconds of Kendrick Lamar contributing to a producer's debut album is producing more conversation, more analysis, more excitement, and more organic debate than entire projects backed by major label marketing apparatuses and coordinated social media offensives and podcast tour circuits.
The man built a fortress around his legacy that gossip and legal drama simply cannot touch, while the OVO ship continues to sink. The superstar is showing that the best way to handle beef is to win the war on the battlefield. Then you win the peace by being more creative and successful than your rivals could ever imagine. Everyone is watching a clinic in how to keep your power and relevance without losing your dignity or your soul in the process. Looking back at the summer of 2026, nobody is going to remember the legal appeals or the desperate attempts to use lawsuits to climb back up the charts. People will remember it as the moment Kendrick Lamar officially took the keys to the kingdom and proved he owns the entire narrative now. He turned the rap game into his own personal playground where everyone else is just hoping to get an invite to the party.
And if you think this is just another feature on just another producer debut, you are catastrophically misreading the chessboard, because what Kendrick Lamar just accomplished with this single snippet is expose every structural weakness in the modern rap ecosystem while simultaneously reminding every listener why he occupies a tier that no other living artist can even visually locate on a map.
The distance between these two artists has never been wider than it is at this very moment, and that gap is not closing anytime soon. Lamar is already focused on the future of entertainment, while his rivals are still struggling just to survive the current week. This is a landslide victory that took years to build, and we are just seeing the final results of a better strategy and a better talent. Before we see how Drake tries to pivot his strategy after this Dahi drop, I need to hear from the real ones in the building. Tell me if you think Kendrick Lamar is officially the greatest of all time for the way he is handling this post-beef era and building his empire. Get in the comments and let me know exactly how you feel about him moving into film and high-concept radio, because I need the truth with no cap. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of the savage breakdowns coming for the rest of the year. We have to keep an eye on how that August 28th date shakes out, because it is going to change the way the game looks once again. Dot is playing high-level chess while the rest of these dudes are still trying to figure out how the checkers move on the board. That is exactly why he is sitting at the very top of the mountain right now.